We should be on live. So, good evening, guys. It's Friday night. It's me and Monday Juma, and it is the West Ham versus Man United match preview. Let's get the show on the road. Yes, Monday. How we doing, man?
Yeah, man. Big up, Mr. B. Big up everyone in the comments. Welcome to Man Utd Agenda. How you doing, Mr. B?
If I tell you about the toothcake that I've been having today, boy. Yeah,
you're skinning teeth through it.
That's why I'm skinning teeth. I think they're finally kicking in after about 4 hours. So but look, it is what it is. As long as it doesn't affect me in 2 days' time when the Christmas dinner's on the table, then it's fine. I'll take all of the pain now.
You know what's more painful than toothache?
Go on.
Dentist bill.
That's probably why I've got a toothache. I'm so afraid of the bill. That's probably bloody why.
It's ridiculous these days. Sometimes I feel to like go back on benefits just to get my teeth done. You know,
do it for a week.
Yeah,
get it all done and let them re-employ you. You know, they re-employ you on less money. All that kudos that you earned for all those years, it'd be a new boy again. You know what I mean?
The main thing we're talking about today: will we be skinning teeth tomorrow at 3:00? 12:30 kickoff tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, 12:30. Yeah, we're not good. We're not good at the early kick. I mean, we're not good at any kickoff, to be fair. But I'm sure that early Saturday one, we're not really too good with, to be fair. We need to win it on Monday. We need to win it. I said it after the last one with the draw. We got the draw against Liverpool, but it means nothing if we don't beat West Ham. West Ham are coming off the thrashing that they got on Fulham. Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh,
no, Liverpool.
Fulham, they lost badly to Fulham. Then Liverpool beat them out of the cup, didn't they?
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks that they've had licks. So I don't think it's going to be. I mean, I would love it to their confidence to be on the floor. But I suppose, look, it depends what team Ten Hag puts out. There's a few in the chat. Bart always got something to talk about.
Is that the one we let slip by? I'm not sure.
I don't know if it did. Yeah, no.
Big up, we deserve better. He said, "Good evening. How you doing? We deserve better. How you doing, Zoe Media House? She's got a coffee and biscuits ready for the show. Fantastic. I love that. Love that. We deserve better saying, will United give us toothache tomorrow? Oh, God. We hope not. And David Moist. Wait. Big up, Rebel.
Oh, Rebel. I know, Rebel, you're going to be away for it. We're going to miss you, but I know our WhatsApp will still be hearing you. Just a quick thing, Rebel. So, we keep doing all of these shows about stuff that's not happening. Looks like the takeover again has been put on the back burners. It's just something that I saw breaking at the moment. But look, we're not here for that. We're here for our preview. Team news. Yeah. He spoke today. Don't know if it's negative or positive. I've got something to ask you though when I go through who's injured and who's not. Obviously, Casemiro, Mount, and Leacher, all out still mid-January.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
At least we've got a date now. We know.
I mean, what was it? So the last game the earliest they could be back would be the Wigan FA Cup tie, but I think he's not going to trust them for that. Not trust them, not risk them for that. So it'll be the league, whatever the league game after that. As I think it's Spurs. We've got January the 14th, Sunday, January the 14th.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be back for that. But even if they are back, then it's going to take time for them to get their engines. So I'm hoping like all three of them aren't all back for that game because he's going to play them and they're going to be so off it, you know, unless it's that adrenaline rush that kicks in, you know, Tottenham are going to be flowing and they're going to want to do us twice for the season. So,
the mysterious man is Malacia. We hear reports about dates when other players are coming back. I don't know what's happened, Malacia. We need to send a search party out for this guy because we don't hear jack diddly about Malacia anymore.
No.
I watched a program. I don't know if you've seen it. It was about a football fraudster who claimed to be a Chelsea player. Claimed to be he was playing up in.
I haven't seen that. They were talking about that on Talk Sport in Brazil.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's pretty funny. So he's he's a fraudster. He'd been in prison a few times. He'd go around, act like he's a footballer, or act like he's a famous player or someone, and hang around Mayfair and chatting up girls. And he was dating Thierry Henry's ex-missus as well. She felt that he was someone, so a good talker.
Wow.
Yeah, really mysterious. I don't know if everyone's seen the Football Fraudster or something. It's on ITV player, but really good. Yeah, really funny. But Malacia, wherever you are, Malacia, please show up soon because we haven't heard anything about you when you're coming back, where you are. Does anyone know anything? I'm not sure.
Here we go. Emma K. You know, she's always in the know. Last heard that Malacia had knee surgery and then had another knee surgery. Oh my God! So he's had two. That would be just so typical of Man United. He needed one and they given him two, or they did the first one wrong. It was a misdiagnosis. I don't know. That's just it's just speculation and Mr. B humor, I suppose. But the one that got me was Lindelof.
Yeah.
He said he had a surgery, and he said it was a personal issue. Now, obviously, he doesn't divulge what the injuries are anyway. He said, when I think Scott or Casemiro had a knock, and he didn't want to say it was his ankle because he didn't want the opposition kicking their ankles or targeting
them. Okay, yeah.
So I kind of get where he's coming from in regards to maybe not highlighting. But my question for you then on Monday is, if obviously he kept that injury quiet, he played Varane. Do you think Varane would even have played then if Lindelof was fit?
A good question. I can't answer that, Mr. B. Maybe if we bump heads, we might be able to brainstorm and get to the bottom of this. Let's look at the facts. He was on the bench and watching us perform when Evans and Maguire and Lindelof were ahead of him. He wasn't playing. When asked about it, the manager said there's no issue. So you're thinking, well, maybe he's coming back from injury. Maybe he's just trying to pick him for the right game and get him ready for the Christmas run or something. Then Lindelof does get injured and he's got no choice. He's got to play him and he plays. Now, him being a professional he is, you're not going to hear much from Varane and you're not going to hear much from the press conference from Ten Hag. He's not going to reveal too much about it. But it's a good question. Who knows? We were, flabbergasted why Varane would be sitting on the bench watching us, especially when we're losing and we need someone. And there was games when he didn't even come on. So I don't know. We need to get to the bottom of that. We might have to wait 20 years till someone's book comes out and comes out with that. Or someone comes on our podcast if we're still doing this in 20 years' time. I don't know.
We might have any teeth. I know I won't have any teeth in 20 years' time, boy. So I don't know how I don't know how we'll do. We'll have to do some sign language stuff. Maybe getting that out the way. Injuries, it seems to be everybody's issue. I'm now beginning to think that in the press conference he was saying, we'll be better when Casemiro come back, Martinez come back, and Mount come back. But Casemiro wasn't setting the pace alight when he was playing. As I said, Martinez is still going to take his time. But even if they come back, the way the season's gone, we're probably going to lose somebody else. So they'll come back, and we'll still probably have the same amount of numbers, but it'll just be somebody else that takes their turn on the injury table.
Well, to look at the positive side of things, there's three players: Casemiro, Martinez, and Mason Mount, all to come back. Now that's a lot of money if you add them up, price-wise and experience-wise, international cap-wise. That's a lot of winners there. A lot of top quality player coming back into our squad, just like that. So who needs January transfer sales when you've got these guys coming to your squad? And I think that's a great addition. I mean, we're playing okay without them, and bringing them in again is going to be competition for places, and it's going to boost us up. And I think we'll be firing on all cylinders by the time we get to February, March, with these guys back in the squad. No doubt about it. We'd love to see Martinez back in the squad. It's been a long time since he's been available. Mason Mount, he knows he's had a long time away from us with injury now. He's got something to prove. I mean, this is the mentality of the man. We're going to see what he's made of, coming back into the squad, knowing that there's whispers and question marks about his performance. He's going to want to prove something. And obviously, Casemiro, we know that he's a winner. He's done it for us last season. Will he come back in tip-top shape? Is he being weighed every week on the scales? If he's back to come in, who knows? But I like the idea. It sounds good that all in one stage, these players are going to come back mid-January and help us out, because at the moment, we need all the help we can get. We lose tomorrow, West Ham will go above us. That's how bad it is. And their form hasn't been great this season.
See, well, Bart, the serious fan, is saying Varane had a bit of a rest after recovering. I guess this was a brutal Christmas break. Maybe he had a few drills to ensure he doesn't get injured again. I don't know. We'll work that out. If all our defenders were fully fit, first pick would always be Varane and Martinez or Lindelof. I would have said that at the beginning of the season, Zoe. But obviously Maguire's coming, and I just looking at these things. They were keeping Varane out. He wasn't walking straight back into the team. I, I just think there's other internal issues going on. I mean, he said it was about internal competition, is the word that he used. Well, Amanda, you're a captain and a manager. You're playing your best two centre backs every week if they're fit, right?
Yeah, most certainly, most certainly. But like you said, I mean, you play based on your performance, and I think Maguire has to have. He must have turned heads because there was a period of time where he didn't get a game all last season. He wasn't getting a game because of those two, Varane and Martinez. He was edged out the squad. He was sitting on the bench, and he waited his time, waited for his chance to shine, and he came in and played really well. We have to admit that he played really well. So I think that shows character once again. This is what I want to be seeing from these players. A lot of character, a lot of grit, determination, and based on merit alone, he deserves to be in and around the first team.
Okay. Well, yeah. Look, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that on an early Friday night. We don't have enough time. But you know, that's the good thing about the show. We're gonna bump heads till the rest of for the day we die, boys. So he's saying, I think Ten Hag will sell Maguire and McTominay as planned, despite them playing well. Due to them having good seasons, their value has increased. For sure, we can sell McTominay for 70 million. Look, I don't know. We'll have to see. I know. Look, you're raising your eyebrows there on Monday.
I'm raising my eyebrows because I thought Zoe would be saying sell Bruno Fernandes if you want to get value for money. I mean, you're not the biggest fan of Bruno, are you, Zoe? So how much, you can get 70 million for Bruno, I'm sure, if you sold him to Saudi or one of these teams there. But yeah.
Well, that's if he decides to go. Look, we're gonna speed this up a bit. Is there any danger, men, for West Ham on Monday?
Yeah, most certainly there is. I mean, I've been watching them last few weeks. Obviously, they've had some bad results, been whooped a few times, but credit to them. This is the reigning Conference League winners. They've got credential. They've got credit based on their performance last season in the Conference League. Remember, this is the same West Ham side. Not too many changes that were fighting for top four last couple of seasons. They've only just had a little bit of a drop, but David Moyes done a fantastic job with them, and he's brought in players to replace Rice. They sold Rice for 100+ million. Rice is a top player. They brought in Ward-Prowse, free kick extraordinaire. They brought in Kudos from Ajax, and they also brought in the Mexican Alvarez from Ajax as well. 3 players for one, and I think they've done some good business there. Still solid, still strong. At the moment, we know with West Ham, they're struggling at the striker position. So Bowen has been playing as a striker mainly for them recently, and he's been doing a great job as well. He scored a few goals. Behind him, he's got Paquetá, Kudos, Paquetá. Now, Lucas Paquetá, he was wanted by Man City, wasn't he? That's how good he is. He was the man in demand, but then he had a bit of a personal issue, which meant that he couldn't be signed at that time. I think it's the gambling issue, wasn't it, with him? But he's a top player. So it's going to be a 4-2-3-1, 2 holding midfielders with Suchek and Alvarez, and then ahead of them you've got the Varane, the Kudos, Paquetá.
I like him
behind the strike as well. Very solid team. It'd be hard for us to break them down, but especially at London Stadium as well. So they're not a team to be played with. And obviously you've got Emerson and left back who seems to be getting forward a lot. He seems to be a good outlet for them. He's a former Chelsea player, Italian guy who's pretty good. And they've got the big pum killer or kicker at the back as well, ex-Chelsea player. They spent a lot of money on Zuma, who I do think is a good player. Wins his headers, bit of a leader. People could accuse him of being not elite or a bit clumsy, but he's gone to West Ham and he's their main man in defence. And as a player, I think that's a good move for him because he is the main man, and no, he's not. There's no competition for him. So West Ham are a good outfit, and the league don't lie. They're only 2 points behind us, and they've been playing in Europe as well. So fair play to them, respect.
I hear that. Andrew, he's asking already. All right, peeps. Why Bruno must start? I don't know who said Bruno must start. I mean, obviously, you want to see the solo 11. Do you reckon we should just get that up now on
Yeah,
Monday?
let's fling up what we've got, man. We know
Yeah.
what we're up against, so let's see. We've ordered what we've got available. Wow, let's do this.
Well, look, obviously, this is solo selection. I get the phone call about midday every Saturday. I don't question what he puts up. I just put it up, and then we'll go in with it from there. So let's see what we've got. So we've got Onana in goal. I think that's a nail done. Varane and Evans as our only two fit centre backs.
Yeah.
I think they play. Shaw, a no-brainer on the left, and Wan-Bissaka on the right, due to the fact that Dallo got the two yellows in the last game. Did we work out how much games Dallo was going to be missing on Monday? Was it one or was it two?
I'm assuming it's one game because it was 2 yellow cards. It's nothing outrageous, not like a serious foul play or anything like that. It's usually get for straight red, depending. I think it's 3-game ban. I think, but I hopefully someone in the comments can help us. Is it just 1-game ban? And it's good to see Wan-Bissaka come back. Maybe he would have played consistently if Dallo was still fit. But good opportunity for Wan-Bissaka to come back in the side and remind us all and the fan base what we got, because this back and forth with Wan-Bissaka, Dallo, it's like hot and cold. Who's hot? Dallo's been hot recently, but there's a period where Dallo was cold and Wan-Bissaka was hot. So hopefully Wan-Bissaka can come back in and sort of stir that debate again.
Okay. Double pivot. Whether it lines up as a double pivot or plays as a double pivot. Amrabat and Mainoo.
Yeah. What did you think? I mean, Mr. B, look, we last 2 games, Bayern Munich and Liverpool, we only conceded 1 goal against top quality teams like that. And we did, we got a clean sheet against Liverpool, playing almost a double pivot with Amrabat and our boy Mainoo. Now, Mainoo is playing away. If he starts again, it will be his 4th game away from home, which is a lot to ask, but he's been magnificent. I agree with you. I think that's the way to go forward. Have a bit more security there with those two. The evidence is there from the previous 2 games with Bayern and Liverpool that we can be a bit more conservative in that respect. And I think those two are just like-minded players where they will be conservative and they will stick to instructions and hold their position and stop us being hit on transitions in a way. So I like the idea of Mainoo and Amrabat at the moment with what we got. Although if Eriksen's fit, I would drop Amrabat in a heartbeat and bring Mainoo and Eriksen in there.
Okay. So you don't think it would be a legs thing why Amrabat would be in there? It's just a position that he actually plays in, yeah? Because you would replace him with Eriksen.
Yeah, Eriksen gives us more control, I think, his ability on the ball. It's like for like. I think Kobe Mainoo, he intercepts things, he blocks out things. He's very good defensively. And obviously on the ball, he's fantastic. But Eriksen as well will give us that complete control. You've got 2 ball players in there with Mainoo and Eriksen. I think you can dominate games from that position, and I think I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the 2 of them play together because everyone would feed them. They're the sort of players you can give them the ball and it will stick.
Okay, Bruno. This might be the bone of contention for a few people. Walk straight back in.
Bruno, I just want to say big up to Tony Gunner Claude TV. Go and subscribe to his channel. Hopefully, Tony, you'll be coming on to our channel soon as a special guest. I've been on Tony's channel a few times now, and he's a fantastic host, doing really well. Obviously, Arsenal are boasted up at the moment. They've got a tough game at Anfield tomorrow. But Tony, thanks for the £2. He's saying big up, peeps. Support the channel. Hit the likes. Likewise, my gift to you is everyone in the comments as well. Go and support Tony Gunner Claude. Tony Claude Gunner TV on his channel. It's fantastic. Even if you don't like Arsenal, you're going to like Tony because he's one hell of a guy.
Oh, there you go. See, Tony got proper props. Where were we?
You talk about Bruno. You're saying something about Bruno there.
Yeah. Bone of contention. Obviously, Bruno comes straight back in. Because he's captain. Is there going to be a dispute with that? We've also got Anthony, who I feel is one of the best defensive right wingers in the league. Bruno, Rashford, comes back in. I don't think Garnacho, not me. Solo doesn't think Garnacho's been pulling up trees. I tried to remind him that neither has Rashford, but he feels that's his time, and obviously Højlund up front Anything you're going to be changing in that on Monday, guys in the chat? Anything you'll be changing on that?
Mr. B, you raised a good question. I mean, last time we went to Anfield without Bruno, and I think people were a bit upset with Bruno because they felt he purposely got booked in the previous game to miss the trip to Anfield. And you can't prove it, but it does look a bit dodgy, suspect. We came away with a good result, and then the argument was, we don't need Bruno. We could play without him. He's not a dead cert to come on our side. I counter that with, I think Bruno is one of our best players, and I think he has to start. He's been a consistent performer for us since he's arrived at the club. He's a quality player as well, makes things happen, makes things tick. And I know there's a lot of argument. Zoe's going to come back at me and slap me up in the comments, I'm sure, but there's a lot of argument to say that he does things wrong. But who doesn't? In this side, in this era that we're living in now with Man United Football Club, we can criticise every single one of the players out there. But I like to look at people's strengths, and his strengths outweigh his weaknesses. Bruno starts for me. There's no question about it. Don't care about PR, marketing, or whatever is in his contract. On merit, on performance, on the player that he is, he has to start. And anyone got an argument, tell me who else would go in there a bit ahead of him. I just don't see it. Mr. B, I mean, do you agree with that? Because there has been argument on this very own show about whether he's got the right to step back inside.
I'm playing him. I look at I look at it like this. He's had a rest. He's had a game off. He's needed a rest. Yes, I am vexed that he didn't play in the Liverpool game, but we all said it. If he had played in the Liverpool game, maybe we wouldn't have got the result. Maybe he would have sent in a Weldy Travella through ball to Højlund, then he would have scored. But we're never going to know how that game would have turned out if he played. But we got the draw. We now need to improve and go for the win. And I feel if he's playing in McTominay's position, as much as he may well be a lesser player in some people's eyes, nobody can dispute the fact that he creates chances.
Okay. One question I would say, if McTominay's not in the team sheet, West Ham have got the most goals, or up there in the charts, most goals from corners and set pieces. Obviously, set pieces, we know who takes their set pieces, so their corners are dangerous. They've got big men in their side, like I said, Zuma. They've got Souček in midfield. They are a threat at corners, more than 100%. So there's an argument for McTominay being in the side as well, because we would be a bit too short in that respect.
Yeah, but then they'll just hit the ball to the person who McTominay isn't marking. You know what I mean? So, you know, you want to go through some of these comments before we see if anybody disagrees before we get into our score predictions.
No, certainly. Obviously, don't forget, guys, go and subscribe to Tony Claude, Gunner Claude TV. Top man, a very good friend of mine, and he's really funny guy as well. He puts people in the hot seat and makes them sweat, no doubt about it. DK Wilson, how you doing? He's a little bit late, but he's arrived. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Fed up of Bruno being untouchable, said Andrew Williams. The guy is the most overrated human since King Arthur. I didn't freaking anyway. Zone Media House saying why Bruno must start is an advertising and PR campaign. So there you go. A lot of chat about Bruno. DK Wilson saying a little late, but big up to everyone in the chat as well, and to us too. Andrew Williams saying, yes, he's not my favorite Bart, but I know what you're getting at, because Bart is saying here, anticipation is an underrated trait in midfield. Unfortunately, Amrabat hasn't done that regularly in the league, about anticipation and picking things out, I imagine. We Deserve Better's got a bit of a bone to pick with the solo 11. He's saying he wouldn't play Shaw, he'd start with Reguilon. Now, Reguilon's someone who's been linked with Dortmund recently, hasn't he? And then we got he'd also start with Garnacho rather than Rashford. I think that's a big talking point from what we're seeing here. And Bart saying here, did anyone see Eric say that he's happy with the squad he has? I'm amazed that he can say that with a straight face.
He'll say it. Yeah, he did. He when everybody comes back, he's happy. Is the quote that he said. But he's not going to go and say, he's not going to go in there now and say he's not happy with the squad when he was the one who bought the players.
DK Wilson saying Bruno needs to start. Andrew Williams is looking for 3 runners in midfield, so that'd be McTominay in there. And he consider playing McTominay as a number 9, a striker. So that's a tough call. Zone Media House saying no OMONDI. I agree Bruno is one of our better players, but right now his form is bad and needs to be taken out of the firing range. In life, when we see someone is failing or falling, we should take notice. So that's a clap back from our very own Zoe. Gonna jump back down here. Kudos was always a player I liked. It's just the way where you play him. He's I call him Fred, the Ajax Fred, because he's left-footed. and he's played really well. I think he's got like 6 goals in the last 9 games in all competitions for West Ham. Emma's saying here, I'd like to see another game without Bruno and have him on the bench if we need him as
See,
well.
and I would rather go the other way than Zoe. I would rather play Bruno behind in ahead of the double pivot to see how it goes. And then if it does need changing and we need the goal, the box crusher, then we bring on McTominay. I want to get some control in the middle of the park.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and we got a feed. I mean, look at the 2 wide men here. You've gone with Solo's gone with Anthony and Rashford. Now we need to feed Rasmus. I remember when Diego Forlan came to club, it took him 14 games to get his first goal in the Premier League, and now Rasmus is playing his 14th Premier League game. I expect something to happen here. Maybe it's just numbers, numerology, or whatever. I just think Rasmus is due to score, and hopefully it will start, and it will be his Christmas present to us, the fans who have stuck by him since he arrived at the club, waiting for that first goal. So William, wrap something in the box and put it away. What do you reckon?
Yeah. The goal's coming. The goal's coming on Monday. I like the way you tied that up with a nice little bow. Yeah, it's coming. The goal's coming tomorrow. 100% coming tomorrow, guys. While you are still here, score predictions for tomorrow. We know it's a 12:30 game. We know it's an early game. We know we're not very good in the morning. As I said, we tend to start slow anyway. So maybe an early one out. They all know they can get their Christmas shopping done, or watch OnlyFans or whatever they want to do early afternoon. They're allowed to. They can get it done. So, guys, score predictions. What are you going with on Monday?
We're playing away from home.
Yeah.
Last time, me and Solo went there to the game at the big London stadium, the Olympics 2012. I mean, that's what it's known for. But I still think it's not a great atmosphere. This massive stadium, but the fans are too far away from the pitch because obviously you used to have the track there. But they're doing really well, West Ham. This is a big game for them. They hate Man United from Paul Ince. Going back to Paul Ince thing, they hate Man United, and we've done the number on them over the last few years. I think in 80 odd games, they've only won 8 times, which is a poor record for West Ham. I can't see us losing, to be fair. I think they're good, but I don't think after the week they've had, they've been knocked out of the cup. They qualified for Europe. This is a point where it's 32 points between us. I just think we're on the up more than them at the moment. They got a whooping away at Liverpool the other day, which wasn't nice. It wasn't nice for them, even though they played well. So I think it's going to be a tight game, and I think we're going to win it 2-1, just like we did a couple of years ago at London Stadium. I think we're better than them. If we go man for man, shape for shape, I think we're better than them. And I'm expecting us to open them up, in open play. That's what I'd love to see. And just be mindful on set pieces, corners, free kicks. Don't give anything stupid away because they can hurt you. That's the only way I can see them hurting us. Don't see them playing football for us or opening us up like that. Just see them, if they get a set piece or a corner, that's when I'm going to say, boy, we've got worries. This is worries. Man United to win 2-1 away from home.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm not as confident as you on Monday, to be fair. I'm not sure who's going to get our goals, but I'm not sure who's going to get their goals against us. I see it being a tight game. And you know what? I could actually go do your 1-0. I could actually go, yeah, I could actually see.
Why are you going with that scoreline?
I just think away from home, we're going to set up. He's going to set up the same as he did. I would like to think he's going to set up the same against Liverpool.
Okay.
With a week's training, he's had them for a week on Monday.
Yeah.
Where they've just been able to concentrate on the game.
Great point. Carry on.
So I'm convinced they're not scoring. And we're definitely scoring. You know what? I'm going to go 2-0. I'm actually going to go 2-0. I'm convinced that this game is going to be a low scoring one, but a game that we will win. As I said, that week's training is the most important part. He was talking about giving players days off this week. He said so that they didn't have to concentrate on football. He's going to make that a very listen. These players are now going to have that nice, happy, aura around them. So tomorrow, I think they're going to come out. Everybody's going to be on a nice vibe. They're going to be playing some bashment tunes in the changing room. You know what I mean? I really feel that they're going to come out there tomorrow and they're going to cause a chaos. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0.
Just want to say, Mr. B, big up to you, man, because what you're saying is so true about the manager. I think when we got time like this on the training ground, was it 8 days this time?
Yeah.
7, 8 days?
Yeah, 7 days, yeah.
Game? I think you're going to see something special happen. Everyone, this is the manager. But what you said is a great point. We will see tomorrow exactly what he's been working with on the training ground to focus on one game. That's what we're going to see tomorrow. I'm with you, Mr. B. I'm going to go 2-0. Forget them scoring a goal. I think we're going to wipe them out. Clean sheet as well. Man United, we're back. Let's go.
Right. What scores we got in there? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Big one. Andrew Williams. Andrew, I'm disappointed in you. You're saying 2-1 to West Ham. You're going to have to explain yourself there, man. 4-0 win, says Emma. Thank you, Emma. 1-1 draw, and someone getting sent off, says Bart, who's a Liverpool fan, and they got a big game tomorrow. Let's see what you do against Arsenal. 3-0 to West Ham, says we deserve. So Andrew Williams and we deserve better. To you guys, not good enough. Come on, you can come better than that. DK Wilson's going for 1-1, and that's a draw. I wouldn't be happy with that result. But he said it here. I agree with Omondi. 2-1. Haaland gets his first EPL goal in the process as well. Wouldn't that be great to see him score tomorrow? 5-1. Bruno's going to score. Zoe Media House.
Come on, Zoe.
Where have you been, Ed? I mean, I'll see you for a long time, my brother. I hope you're doing well. He said 3-1 to Man United, and he's saying Merry Christmas to everyone as well. And finally, God help us. The less time Hag sounds spends with the squad, the better, according to Ed. We deserve better. We deserve better comments and positivity. That's what we deserve. We deserve better. So tomorrow, if we do win, I want an apology from you for your scoreline and disrespecting our manager like you just did there. And Emma B is saying here, Mr. B keeping it reasonably positive, and then Monday going over the top. That's how it usually goes. And 7-0 says Andrew Williams. Let's go.
Right, guys. Look, we said we were going to be in and out. We shook it about a bit as well while we were in there. My mouth is hurting me. Monday's got things to do. We will be back tomorrow to do the watch along. I nearly said preview. To do the watch along. Hit your notification bell, guys. On Monday, do you want to say your goodbyes before I know you're going to go out and shake a leg?
Yeah, got my football do tonight. They're going to the pub, so I'm going to go for a couple hours, manage them, and then I'm going to release them to do whatever they need to do and take no responsibility for what happens with their behaviour after that. So, and Mr. B, have a lovely evening, and we will see you tomorrow at 12:30 for the
quarter past. Game starts at 12:30, so we're 12:15. Yeah. So, guys, thanks for watching. This is the agenda, and we will see you all tomorrow. We're out.